And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, as we embark on February the 12th. It is a Monday. Ooh. Streets are wet. Be cautious out there. You know, behind the scenes, we actually can sing. Odie was just firing up his vocal cords on what line was that?
Hi-O Silver.
Om boppa, mama.
We're going to sell a CD of behind the scenes. We're going to make more money than Hee Haw.
We could give Hee Haw a run for its money.
Yeah.
We really could.
We're working on that, too.
We do hope your morning is going great. We want to stress about being cautious of your travels and driving a little bit slower. Streets are still wet. A lot of water as I had to walk to work this morning to get here. It was treacherous.
Kind of like yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah. I could hold on to the umbrella. It was flooding as we made it here.
I remember it was raining hard. Daddy didn't have an umbrella, so he stopped and went in. This is Superstar. Now, this is long time ago where Little Joe's Package Store is on Highway 19.
Yeah, I know exactly where.
All right, that was the original Superstop.
Okay.
So Daddy goes in there, buys him an umbrella, comes back out, opens it up, it turns inside out. He throws it in the parking lot, gets in the car, and we just drive off. He said, "The heck with it."
I'm surprised he used such great language.
Oh, I know it. He wasn't on TV. I'm sure.
Whew. As we start this day, of course, we mentioned a moment ago the big winners of the Super Bowl. Of course, that's going to be the office talk of who won the pool of the closest score this morning. What was the score?
Yeah, 25-22 in overtime.
Very tight game there, and a kiss sealed the win at the end of the game, we understand.
Yes,
now,
yes.
We couldn't watch it, but we did get reports from national news centers.
Well, now, I had to say I watched the Super Bowl.
Did you? Yeah. Shame on you, you shameless.
I'm going to have to watch. I like Mahomes. I don't care. Kelsey was just Kelsey. But then after he pulled that crap last night from being pulled off the game and the guy
yelling at the
behind
coach
him and fumbled, oh, well. I mean, doesn't give you the right to sit there and just harp.
Oh, so that's why he was jumping the coach?
So that's why he's jumping. Keep me in. I said, I tell you what, go find you something else. That was just wrong. But I love to watch Mahomes play. That little cat's got yeah. The way he plays football, he can squirm it.
I couldn't bring myself to do it, Odie.
Watched it. Now I had to run to the store, so I did that at the Super Bowl halftime. I knew I wasn't gonna like it, and it's mixed. Everybody said, "Oh, it was good." No, it just wasn't worth the flip. Well, it depends. If you like that kind of music, you probably like it. If you don't like that kind of music, you probably didn't.
Now, I'm going to say something. Jimmy Carter, who used to be on the radio with us for umpteen dozens and years, played a clip of Reba doing the national anthem. And I don't want to be run out of town on a rail, but did Reba miss a note? Because
she did.
It sounded a little, and I thought, what's going on here?
So
I didn't imagine that.
But they had the band playing in the background. It was not Reba. Anybody else would have, they'd have probably got run out, but not Reba.
Let me ask this, but did the entire, it didn't sound right, the entire thing, like the way she was singing it was not it was sung different.
It was not, yeah, and then she
missed that note
at the end.
And I know that it's like you could get whooped for saying that Reba didn't do something right. I understand that, but somebody's got to tell everybody about it.
Yeah. And I didn't lose any kind of love for Reba at all, because she's still just as bad as she ever was. But the thing is, it wasn't her best performance.
It was not. I mean, she's a beautiful lady. She looked great representative, but it's not one that will go down in the storybooks of I love that. At least it wasn't on me. I did watch that part from Jimmy Carter. Now, I appreciate Jimmy Carter posting it so I could see it. Kind of brought it all home. We start this morning with sadness. Now, we're going to tell you that Meridian has turned to, well, a lot of gunfire as the headlines, and we'll break this down here in just a moment. 7 people, y'all write this down, 7 people have been shot over the weekend. 1 in the county, 6 in the city. We'll give you the breakdown in a minute. We start this morning off by telling you that there was an accident last night that has claimed a life. Now, we're not releasing names or anything like that until we're absolutely sure that all family members have been notified. But this would be the place where most of the wrecks happen coming into Meridian. This is one of well, it's the first one this year, but when was the last time we lost a life there in the curve? It's not the first, I know.
No, but it has been a little while since we've
actually lost someone. Numerous wrecks.
A couple of years ago with an 18-wheeler local guy.
Now, let me ask this. Just your opinion, as you're coming into Meridian, you get to that sharp curve, everybody slides and goes off into the road and hits those trees. This is just throwing it out there, would it save lives to have all that timber removed in that curve to where they wouldn't hit trees? Or would that cause more problems into the other lane, Odie? What's your,
well, most
from
of
the hip?
Most of them are sliding off to the left.
Toward those trees.
And then correcting and coming back to the right. And then they're hitting trees down in there. Or, like we had, 3 weeks ago, we had one that landed off into that creek. Now, he landed on a dry day. If somebody landed in that creek today, like he did, could have a different story.
Yes, it could.
So removing some of those trees, yes, wouldn't hurt. Some guardrails right there.
With those springy things that they've got on interstates with the wire through there that
because of the trees, it's not, those wouldn't be ideal. So those aren't to keep you from that's to keep you from going into oncoming traffic in the southbound lane.
Right, crossing the interstate. But would it stop somebody from running off into the trees?
Oh,
would
it
throw them back in the highway and then it just...
It would keep them. It may not throw them back in the highway if you had the cable. It would trap them there, but it'd keep them from going into the roads.
And may save a life.
Or trees. Could, but then again, it could kill somebody.
Yeah, I don't know the answers to this. And maybe there's a reason that the Mississippi Department has not put that there.
Guardrails would be nice, something right there.
Something to help.
It's just, negative incline as you come through there doesn't really help. But it is a dangerous curve. It doesn't matter about the signs. They've got signs up. People, that doesn't apply to me.
Right.
And that's the ones that we usually go pull out.
It will happen before you know it. Now, another accident happened last night, and this would happen on I-20 right in front of
Dirt Cheap.
Dirt Cheap. A 6-car pileup last night. 18-wheeler parts as far as the eye could see there for a little while as the Meridian Police Department commenced to trying to clean all of that up. Pretty rough one there as we pull that up. Here's what we have on that this morning as we show this. And, of course, this is a drawing of what went on there. But just about everybody and every official that all hands on deck made it to this. They were shorthanded, so many other things going on with numerous small wrecks, and then an 18-wheeler jackknife, I think, and then the other cars ran into that due to possibility of rain in the roadway.
Because it was heavy rain at the time.
And then this threw debris on east and westbound lanes. So we had just the Sheriff's Department helped out. The Meridian Police Department with this of blocking traffic and diverting traffic as you come into Meridian at exit 150 to go around to come back on the interstate at another place. It's pretty rough there.
I need to get some new updated numbers, but you'll be surprised on how many vehicles that we have come through Meridian on a daily basis.
That's a heap.
It's a couple million.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that come through. I mean, if you go from east to west, you're coming here. If you're below the Mason-Dixon line, you're coming through here. Unless you're way down south and you go down I-10.
Huh.
But
imagine if we were to use that to our benefit and make money for the community. Oh, no, never mind.
You mean like like, all we'd have to do is build a lot of hotels so people could stay here.
Oh, and then give them other reasons to stay in town.
Well, we'd have, if we build we need to build restaurants.
Yeah. We need to do that.
We got to have some type of a museum to bring people.
Check. We got that.
We got that?
Oh, yeah, we got that.
Wait a minute. We got 2 of those, right?
Yeah, we sure do.
Okay. We need to have some type of downtown festival.
Yep, I've heard about that. Check.
Oh, we got that too?
Yep, we got that.
Okay, so we got the highways.
Uh-huh,
I know what we need, rail.
Oh, we got one of those too. I think about 5 of them that come here. They're all over the place.
What about an airport? Do we have one of those?
I heard they built one had the longest runway in the state. I'm just thinking, Odie. Oh, wait a minute.
Is there anything else that we got?
Well, we had a bunch of people that didn't want other industry to come in so they wouldn't have to pay higher wages, so they kept blocking industry coming to Meridian. Can you imagine somebody doing that? Now they don't even want to come.
Well, that kind of makes sense. Now,
Hey, we ought to get us one of those development little corporations that go out and try to get people to come.
Yeah.
Huh.
Let's
Oh, they call it East. What would we call it? Maybe East something? East? Huh. But you'd have to work.
And we had, but we've got to do something because we don't have anybody no crime, right?
No. Just 7 people shot this weekend.
That's all?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's mile weekend, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 200 rounds.
Well, that goes on everywhere.
Oh, yeah. But the difference is we don't need it to be here.
Exactly.
We need people working hard to make this community. Hey, we are truly seeing Mississippi jump to the top in all other areas. Multiple places getting industry highest paying job, $60,000, $90,000. But where are we? Ain't got the first one yet, have we?
I've said I'd like to have a Tesla just for the thrill of it and have it around here. I ain't going out of town.
You just use my golf cart.
Yeah, same thing. But I'm not.
You'll make it about halfway down the road before you have to walk home.
I'm going to put a trailer hitch on the back and carry me one of them diesel generators with it. But I don't care about the government telling me I've got to drive
That's true, and I think a lot of Americans believe that.
And they're trying to do that. But the thing is, we're building a huge battery plant over in Madison that's paying high dollar.
Average of $66,000. I think it's in North Mississippi, isn't it?
No, that's over in
Madison. It is?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then Amazon
is coming over there.
A huge one over there that's paying top dollar. Hopefully we can get something to trickle over here, but we've got to have people who are really willing to work. We've got everything that you could ask for, except Mr. Rickles pointed out, we don't have police, and the police department is hiring.
Yep.
If you want to help, go to the police department, put in your application to try and help our community because they need some help.
Yeah, I know. I asked him for an interview this weekend. I said, "Hey, would you like to tell us about?"
They didn't have anybody.
And she said, "No," and wouldn't say nothing else to me. Walked off. I'm trying to help get. We'll be right back. We'll fill you in on all the details. Plus, we're talking about getting your sweetheart a special gift.
Y'all better pay attention to this. Y'all come right back.
Anthony Chancellor, you better pay attention. That's all I got to say. It's your neck of the woods we're sending folks to.
Barry, you better get something for Harold.
We'll be right back. If it's crossed your mind about a new tractor, visit my friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 here in Collinsville. They got any style, any size that you're looking for. And right now, you can take advantage of getting a new tractor, a trailer, and a bush hog, all for $31,000, 0% interest for 84 months. Yeah, 0% for 84 months. Also, a great service department to work on any tractor that you have. From bush hogs, disc, and tillers, see it all at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville. As the seasons change, so do your clothes, and Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Habo shirts, long and short sleeve, also Hulk shirts, and America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church, and nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie as we get ready for Valentine's Day.
I mean, this is, we got 2 more days?
Oh, yeah, right. Day is the 12th, so it's the 14th.
Wednesday. So you better have it. Look, I'm not going to take a chance on ordering something from Amazon today, even with that there Prime.
Let's go local.
So, let's go local. Right south of us is a place that will help you get out of the doghouse. And we're talking about Fantasy College Florist.
Now, as we cut the cameras across, you're giving me this vibe of the 50s sock hop with the thing in your hair here.
With the rain, you know.
Yeah, I had to do it. Looks cute.
You said earlier it wasn't a good hair day, so we had to pull
You
out
dressed
the-
appropriately.
Who did you tell me you looked like this morning when I walked in the door?
I think I said Tammy Faye.
Tammy
Tammy Faye Baker.
Hello, my
Tammy Faye joins us. Of course, we've got April Hunter here, and we're really going to confuse you with Hunter Harper, as I kept I couldn't get the name straight.
It's confusing. That's okay.
So, as Valentine's comes about, what is the thing that people want to do? Do they do big things of flowers or small? What's everybody doing this year?
Depends on the person
That's right.
and how
It
much
depends
trouble
on
they've
how
been
much
in.
trouble you're in, and yeah,
That's what we hear the most.
how big the doghouse is.
Yeah, you have to do it. All
Or
right. Do y'all have like the Anthony Chancellor spray of flowers?
We do.
Do y'all have that?
We keep that in the back cooler at all times.
What about the Herald Express if you're needing for that special someone?
Absolutely.
But you got to have quick.
Gotta have quick. We have that. Grab and go. Come on. Barry can get something for Harold. Quick.
Look there.
Now, I really, because I've been married so long, I don't know much about Valentine's and what you do, what the new trends are. I'm not keeping up with all of this. But is balloons more of the thing, or is it with cups, or is it more of the flower look?
It's a little bit of all of it. Of course, roses are your standard. You know, that's your go-to. That's always going to be a classic.
Speaking of, reach behind you and grab those flowers. I want y'all to see. Y'all made
this.
this.
Is beautiful here.
Yeah, we want y'all to see what y'all have whipped up here. Now, what is this called?
That's just a half a dozen, just a standard mix of roses. Of course, we put a little glitter on those just because it's a little glitter spray, just
Shine 'em
because it's the festive holiday, and it matches the little glitter pieces we've got.
Well, I didn't
in there,
even
but
know
that's
that you
just
could put glitter
I
on
didn't
flowers.
either.
You just
It's just a little
spray
spray.
it on there.
It just makes it shine a little bit. Make it a little festive, but that's just a standard half dozen mix there. They come in all colors. Of course, red is most everybody's go-to. We can do it all. We have some that have hearts. The roses have little hearts imprinted on them. We have some that are called rainbow or tie-dye, and every petal is a different color. Those are popular every year.
So, what I don't know, and this is one of those, what
Just
color?
order.
What all colors do roses come in?
Every color in the rainbow.
red,
everything.
pink, purple.
Are they grown that way? Do
orange.
y'all color them?
They are grown. Most of them are grown the color they are. The only ones that are not would be, and this is a big misconception that people have, I think, with the
Yeah.
rainbow, the tie-dyed roses, because each petal is a different color. They are not grown that way. At the grower, they're grown white, and then the grower takes them and splits the end and stem dyes.
Yeah.
And
Well, and let me
turns
ask this,
petals.
and-
And
because-
they're really unique.
I have a couple friends who might have maybe 5, 6, 7 girlfriends. Do you get a discount rate if you do this, come in and buy it all at one time and don't get the cards mixed up?
We've had that happen several years ago. There was no joke. Several years ago, there was a guy that came in late in the day on Valentine's Day, and we were cleaning up at the end of the day, and truck pulls up out front, and he comes in, and he's getting some things. Said he he was coming from out of town, and so we filled his truck full. He got a little bit of everything, and we loaded him up and getting ready to send him on his way. He shut the door and he started back into the shop with us, and I said, something wrong? You know, did we forget something? And he said, oh, no, ma'am. I'm here getting my divorce, and I can't take one something without the other. He said, I need the exact same thing again. So we loaded him up twice. So,
Oh, my heavens.
yeah, it
Be
happens.
careful with those cards in
Oh, the
case you do.
stories we hear.
Absolutely.
I
The
bet
stories
so.
we can tell you.
So do y'all deliver?
Absolutely.
And where's your delivery radius?
That
We
circle.
go
Yeah.
anywhere we need to. We deliver to Meridian daily, not just at Valentine's Day, but every day. We go to Meridian. We're
We do
all over.
lots of funeral stuff.
Yeah, and that was my next question
A lot
of
of
that.
funerals, yeah, for
you know,
sure.
that's a tough time for a lot of people.
It is.
And they have to lean on y'all to go.
Right.
That's right.
I need something. I don't do this ever.
Right.
So y'all kind of help out with that.
We do, and flowers for a funeral. You know, that's the last thing you're doing for that person.
And a lot
So-
of people don't understand too. The flower business is kind of like the funeral home. If there's a funeral, you can't control when somebody dies.
No, you
No, you
can't.
We gotta be
we're-
there.
We're there regardless, and if the store is closed, there are always other ways to reach
right.
us, and we're here for you 24/7.
What about, because Odie's been through this more times than most men will ever. He's an expert at this, but weddings, do y'all fool with doing
We
that?
do. We
Oh,
do
yeah.
weddings. Absolutely. We've got 2 coming up next weekend.
That's right.
And some more coming up in March, and
We do everything.
getting ready. Yeah.
So it's a-
Big
it's a-
wedding season coming.
We've even done flowers at the governor's
That's
mansion.
right. We're at the governor's
Y'all
mansion.
get out of here.
We've been there too.
Absolutely. We started doing flowers with at the governor's mansion in 22,
Yeah.
November of 22, and then last year in 23 we were there 2
2
months,
months.
and this year we're on board for
3.
3 months.
So if it's good enough for the governor, well, it's good enough for
That's
folks
right.
here.
So we know that Valentine's Day is coming up in 2 days, and everybody's got a cutoff time.
God, you took the words out of my
order
mouth.
this. So if they want this delivered on Valentine's Day, when is the last ordering time that y'all have to?
Valentine's Day.
we don't do a cutoff. We because of the ones who
The ones who
late orders, but
forget
that's
or-
fine. We do it till we run out of flowers.
That's right. If we've got a flower in that shop, or a candle, or a balloon,
We'll
or
sell something.
We'll fix you something.
Tie a balloon to it and send
Drop
them out
in.
the door.
You can always drive down and pick it up if you're in a dire emergency.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Call ahead, see what you got, and y'all
That's
have
right.
it waiting.
Hey, we'll even wait on it.
We'll wait. We'll keep the coffee hot, right?
That's right.
That's perfect. Thank y'all for coming in and telling us about this.
Yep.
Downtown.
Yeah.
All right, let's describe this from where there's not a ramp for a wheelchair in equipment. Where could we find y'all? I've just heard a lot about that. I thought I would.
Oh my gracious!
Go to the post office, turn around right
and
across the
see
street.
us.
All right.
Where our front door looks at the post office. We actually have a customer, and she tells us that her friends will say, "Where did you get that? Where did your flowers come from?" And she said, "I tell them every time, go to the post office and turn around."
Well, there you are.
And we're right there, but we're right on the main street, Main Drag in Quitman. Been there for
24
24
years.
years.
Well, you don't look a day of that.
When I haven't had it that long, the
I
store's
gave her
been
a
there
compliment
that
and she dropped the ball.
Supposed to take it and run.
She's supposed to- Woo!
Golly, I tell you, the fantasy
Actually-
college florist.
Actually, you were a school teacher and now turned this.
I did. I taught school for computers. I was in the computer lab for 7 years, and Hunter actually was one of my students, and
In third
All
and fourth
worked out.
grade.
it worked out.
Now I
and
teach her computers. So
Now
there
he
we go.
teaches me because I don't know a thing about it.
Thank y'all so much for coming in. Y'all hang
Yeah.
around. We got a lot more to discuss this morning as we get going. Fantasy Flowers, you can't miss it. Downtown
Can't miss
Quitman near the post office.
That's
That's right.
That's it.
Hook you up there. Don't forget,
Man.
get your names into us. We're going to be giving away the coffee mug
Yep.
to a birthday, anniversary, whoever it is, and do a drawing at the end of the show. Drop your name in the comments and your birthday, and we'll do it. And
And we do have, we don't know if these are kin or not, but we've got Mike Harper, who's having a birthday today. He's 58 years old.
yeah,
And then we've got a Rhonda Harper. She just said, I got a birthday.
well, there we go.
So happy birthday to both of y'all.
And a correction on that: the battery plant is in Marshall County, not
Yep.
Madison. It's in North
Yep.
Mississippi. That's
I
up in
made a
that.
mistake, but we got the answer.
It's just
So-
in Mississippi, south of.
But it's still
Norfolk.
Mississippi.
That's correct. We'll be back. We got more coming up as we get this day underway. Put a smile on. Join us, won't you?
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinard Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. And welcome back, and let's just jump straight into some of the headlines that we have this morning, as we would end up having 3 people shot last night. Let's start out with what we got to begin with. Our first gunshot victim was taken by private vehicle to a local hospital, a gunshot wound to the head. We were told that they were in stable condition, but I don't care how you slice it, being shot there is not good. Now, this did happen somewhere in the city limits of Meridian. It has not been, information has not been given out as to where that location was. But a gunshot wound is not good. Next, I would have to bother Ward Calhoun a little bit after that and said, hey, I'm getting word that there's been a gunshot victim possibly from the county. And sure enough, it would come out. Now, this is early. This is still under investigation, but reports were that a man was shot in the leg, and he was saying it was in the Causeyville area. As we wait for more information on that, we don't know what caused this, and we don't think those two are connected in any way. As the nighttime would keep going, Odie, we would have yet another gunshot victim. This one even a little bit more serious. Now, the head is bad. As we move now up Highway 39, we would see that the Meridian Police Department was dispatched to the 4500 block, or Meridian Estates, to that area, to a gunshot wound to the chest. The last account that we got, they were rushed to a hospital, and they were in stable condition. Now, that can mean a lot of things.
Yeah.
But that's what we know at this point. One person was taken into custody near the scene not long after. So we got a little bit of lead on that of what went on there. Meridian Police Department worked hard on that one as they all descended upon that there on Highway 39. Now, let's back up. Let's go back to Saturday. We had someone else who was shot, Odie. And I was trying to think of how to put this to make a graphic of it, and so this is what I went with.
In the pinky toe.
In the pinky toe. I sent you I said it's Harlem Nights. He just got shot in his pinky toe. This would be just north of where Binky's restaurant is, just north of there, and it's going to be east of Highway 19, of where we've had so much action lately. Crime in this area. This person was taken. This is not life-threatening, but I don't know of anybody who wants to be shot in their pinky toe either.
No, it's got to hurt.
Man.
Your shoe won't fit anymore.
Stable condition is what we're being told on this person also. Now, let's get to a little bit more serious thing. When this broke out, and it was kind of hush-hush at the beginning of it, but I started getting texts and the emails of, hey, something's going on down at Cane's Restaurant. This is probably one of the most prominent business areas that we've got in the Meridian area, and that's North Hill Street. But as we go to here, let me just show you video that was taken from this, and then we'll talk about this. Let's pull this up, Odie, as we look here. Here's the police standing in North Hill Street. What are those little yellow things there? Oh, that is shell casings right there. That says number 9. So that tells us that at least 9 shots was fired there. What I didn't know, I had rumor of it, but I couldn't prove it when I put the story together at the time, was the gunfire would break out inside of Cane's. This was not shooting from the highway. These people were inside. I got several reports that people were at the counter, and one of the waiters or employees noticed somebody with a gun, and she stepped back, and they drew guns. Now, exactly how many was fired inside, I don't know. It looks as though maybe at least 9 total were fired. No one was hit somehow or another. Wait a minute, let me back up. we've got another story that goes with this. Now, this is what makes it so scary is we had a room full of Northeast people there and also Meridian High School students. I said people, it's students. We had them on both sides of when this broke out. I'm told that it possibly could have been 4 people involved with this with guns, maybe a charger involved, seen leaving the scene. Now, that is a busy restaurant. Mothers, daughters, fathers in there eating. We've got to do something. Something has got to be done in our area to stop this.
You know, you brought that up. I'm not going to go to my full odiism on this part here, but I will say this starts young. This starts as kids.
In the home.
In the home or the lack thereof. And where I'm going with this is our schools and our elementary and our junior high. Teachers, administration, I want you to listen real quick. Because when a parent or another teacher comes to you, administration, and says this child's a problem and this child is threatening us, and you as administration don't do anything about it and you play it off by going, well, they're just a kid. This is what brews out of that.
I agree with that.
It's time to put your foot down because we haven't had it here yet. And I say yet because it's coming.
Everything is brewing.
Everything is coming with shooting in a school district. Did you see where the mom and the dad, where the mama got convicted of the son shooting up the school?
Yes, I did see that.
And the daddy's coming on trial next. And I tell you, if you think that the mama had the right to get involuntary manslaughter charges, which I do, then the administration...
Well, it's just like if your child is out late at night, you are responsible for it.
Yes, you are.
You should be taken in and have to pay a fine or whatever the case is. Now, what we're looking at here now, January was extremely quiet. We had a bunch of folks that come over wearing green that had U.S. Marshals written on them. They went through every neighborhood in the town, had people kind of spooked. Not a lot went on. February 1st hit, we had shootings within our police department. Now, let's move to this story. Is there a tie-in? Friday afternoon, we would have a shooting in Meridian. Now, as I mentioned, there were 4 people that possibly, now this is just, I don't know for sure. This is what I was told from the Canes, that it was about 4 people involved. I do know this. I was standing on the corner as we went down to 5th Street across from Cameron's. I stopped and talked to two young men. And they didn't want to say their names. They didn't want to say anything. They said it was 4 masked men with AR-style guns that walked down the streets and opened fire. Now, let me show you some pictures. Folks, there were 200 rounds. I want you to remember that. 200 fired shots that started here. As you'll see here, Meridian Police Department. We even had the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department. You see them sitting there. Let's look at this. This is Cameron's parking lot. I have eaten there numerous times in my life. A great place to eat. 200 rounds. These gentlemen, here it sits here. This is 5th Street. This is College Park. This would be due east from the gas station here. This is Mid-South Welding right down here. Max Truck Service down in here. It's Cameron's. They would walk down the street and open fire at Cameron's. We had one person shot in the street, hit the ground. The building, and at the time when I was doing it live and had the messed up shirt, we'll talk about
well,
that.
you know, when you're in a hurry.
We'll talk about that in a second. But we had a barber shop where a man was inside cutting hair. He was struck in the leg through the building. They would proceed south of there, walking down 46 on toward Budweiser, and continue shooting down the street through there.
Using
now, the road
a long
was
gun.
with long guns.
AR-15 type.
The hulls that I saw were 9mm laying on the ground. They do make a fully or a AR style 9mm rifle.
Yes, they do.
Now, what does this tell me? It tells me that absolutely not one single person is going to call up the police and go, "Hey, that was my neighbor John."
I saw it.
Because they walk down the street showing that neighborhood, if you talk, we will come to your door and we will fire weapons at your home. There ain't nobody going to talk. And that is where we are. Why? We have got to have a police presence that is proactive. We need police in that neighborhood all up and down Highway 19. Like every time you blink, you go, wow, there's another police officer. That's the only way this is going to stop. We may have to call for outside help.
I don't care how much it costs. Your law enforcement should be fully funded, period. It's just the way it should be. Fully fund the police department with whatever they really need to get the job done. And I'll be the first one to tell you, the last thing we need to do is to show up going, well, we need to put restrictions on guns. We need to put restrictions on guns. Here's the thing about your gun law. How many of these incidences where people are getting shot are from felons in possession of a firearm? And the law already says if you are a felon, you cannot have a firearm.
That's right.
But it doesn't matter. A law will not prevent this. A law will prevent a law-abiding citizen the ability to protect himself, his family, or his friends, not a criminal. Quit trying to go out and tell the public that we need stricter gun laws. We don't. We need stricter police.
Now, let me say this, and I want to be clear before I open my mouth and say this. I am not blaming the police chief of Meridian, not at all. She did not go out and shoot. She did not do any of this, but she has to step up to the plate. Let me show you this picture. This is in front of Cameron's there. I was on the street corner. She was somewhere about right in here with her police car there. She had another officer standing next to her. I walked down the street, staying on the outside of the police tape, as I should, being a journalist or media, however you want to say that. And I asked her, I said, Chief, do you want to go live and update everyone with me of what has happened? She turned and looked at me and said, one word, no. And turned around and didn't look at me anymore. Again, I'm not blaming her, but we have to have leadership that's willing to go, all right, this happened, and I want each and every one of you little criminals to know that we're coming. We're going to knock on your door, and we're going to take you away. We've got to have leadership like that. I ran into Jimmy over the Friday. Very nice. But Jimmy, you've got to set the presence and tell everybody. As I told you, come for an interview. I'll tell you every question I'm going to ask you before you come, if you'll just come. I'm not trying to hide anything, as I told him, or throw any punches. I will tell you every question that I want to know. I'll give you all week to think about how to answer it, however you want to do it. But we need people that say, this is the line in the dirt, no more.
It's going to take I was talking to some people over the weekend.
Did they like you?
And, yeah, they did.
Okay, I was just checking.
There'll be some few more that don't. And they said, imagine if there is no change and this continues to go on.
We will not have a town, will we?
No. People will quit shopping here. People will stop spending their money here. And the sales tax goes back to support our town, our city. When you start having people stop shopping, we've got a problem. And this kind of activity will keep people from coming here to shop. There was already a couple of people on here that says they went out of town for a parade, wouldn't come to Meridian this weekend. Had a great parade.
Yeah, we did. I was
Had
there.
a lot of people there. There's a lot going on that people need to continue to support. Full Moon on the 5th is coming back up next month.
Yeah.
There's all kind of stuff that we've got to support our city. But this right here has got to stop. Or we're going to lose our city. It's going to be shut down. And it's going to take the business owners and the residents to step up and say, we're not waiting for Election Day. We want stuff done right now. We want it done
As a matter of fact,
today.
Odie, I got a call last night from a business owner that said the lease on my building ends December this year. I will not be renewing it. I'm not coming back. I'm done.
So now you just lost tax dollars because that money just dropped because it went to a vacant. You just lost sales tax money because of that. You just lost a job for your area, and you just opened up another vacant building, which makes it look bad. So you just had a 4-to-1 punch in the face because you won't do what's necessary to keep this city
And again,
alive.
it's not the police doing the crime. We just need leadership that goes, This is what happened. This is what we're going to do about it. You have to let the criminals know. You can't do like Joe Biden and say, next Tuesday, we're coming in and we're going to fire some rounds at y'all. You don't do it that way.
No.
So that's where we're at. We'll be right back with more. We hadn't even really touched what all went on this weekend. We haven't. Y'all stay with us. We'll be right back. Is it time for a new couch? Visit Southern Accents Boutique in downtown Meridian. Maybe it's a couch you're looking for, a couple of chairs, or maybe just a piece of furniture. A large selection of E. Newton has just arrived if you're looking for a bracelet. They come in all shapes and sizes. Or maybe it's just a happy you're looking for, like the Nest candles. A Kendra Scott necklace is on everybody's list this year. And if you need a little help picking out something for Valentine's Day, let the professionals help you at Southern Accents Boutique, downtown Marion on Dale Drive. J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
Look, that's us. Look at that. And that button worked.
I know I had to hit it to do that. Odie, I wanted to bring this up. We had an incident last night of everybody, and this was during that rainstorm with all that coming in. We had a tree fall across Highway 493 right at the city limit sign out by Oak Hill Baptist Church. 3 different cars would hit the tree and have car damage over it.
Wow.
So turned out to be a little serious thing there.
Got out there and get that cleaned up.
They did. So always be cautious when we talk about bad weather coming in, because it does put down trees.
You know, I don't know how people hit them. I don't know how people see them. Didn't see them, because everybody that drives around with a dead gum bright lights on, they ought to see everything in the world. I get blinded every single night and every single morning. People that don't understand that I got my bright lights on, I'm hurting other eyes. Oh, almighty, that's another pet peeve of mine. I wish they'd put a freaking automatic dimmer on every car out there, or either shoot everybody's headlights out.
Have you ever got behind a car that, I remember when it came out in the 70s, my daddy bought a car that had one, and if you got behind an 18-wheeler that was shiny, it drove it nuts, and he would sit there and go, it thought it was headlights coming back at the car and would dim the lights back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And
right.
those blue, Bob, I'm with you, them blue headlights.
Yeah, they do blind you at night. I try to stay home at night so it won't hurt me. As we go back in time, let's go back to 1809. What happened on this date? Oh, he was born. The Lincoln log would be kind of named after him, Odie, as we remember.
Yep.
Abe Lincoln, bless his heart, he had a lot of tragedy in his life.
He ran for office for 3 or 4 or 5 times before he finally won.
Yep, it didn't matter. He finally won.
He got there. That's it.
I can hear it now. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Greg said that he watched the new one Friday. Said it wasn't a rerun.
Lauren Green was born on this date, 1915. You would know him as Papa Cartwright, Ben Cartwright. And as we all would find out later and break my heart, that him and Matt Dillon shared the same horse.
Yeah. Even had
They just pulled it over. I bet that poor horse was so confused. Is it Lauren? Am I on the Ponderosa? Or am I up in Dodge City?
What'd you call me? Oh, that's right. Poor thing.
That was really a good show, the Ponderosa. I enjoyed it, from hop sing to the entire. And then one day, Adam disappeared, and I'm not sure that they ever explained why he disappeared. And then they'd have that little weird redheaded character that ended up on there that thought, who are you? Why are you hanging out with the Cartwrights? As we go back to 1919, Forrest Tucker was born, and no, I'm not talking about the car guy. This would be the guy from the F Troop. He'd done a lot of other movies, but you'll probably remember his face from the F Troop. Okay, really, it wasn't that funny. I admit with you. They tried.
Y'all know this guy here.
A guy named Joe Don Baker was born on this date. He'd have a very famous role. It would include something by Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it, Odie?
Yes, it was in Tennessee, and they tried to do another remake with The Rock.
That was horrible.
There again, if y'all make your own movie and come up with something, this doesn't have anything to do with casinos.
No. This goes back to the Dixie Mafia and just how bad. You make them folks mad, they come after you.
That's right.
At the end of the day, they won.
Carrying a big stick.
Sure did. He made a difference for a little while.
That's right, Robert. Walking Tall.
Whew, that was a movie, and it was done right. Now, he wasn't going to win most handsome, but nor the original character didn't either. He was really realistic. This is the only man, let me say it this way, that ever kept a diary that probably in the end was good for him. Now, I don't have a diary, never have I had one.
I can't even keep a calendar.
If y'all look at this, look, this is my notes that I scribble stuff. Can't nobody read that.
I can't either. I have to rewrite them when I get here. We don't really write nothing.
But this guy kept a daily calendar of who he spoke to and how long he talked to them. And had he not, he would have been accused of doing a wrongdoing. But his little pocket calendar there got him out of trouble.
He turned around and said, well, let me open up this desk calendar. And I was here at 3 o'clock. What? Well, yeah.
Seriously, who does this?
Nobody does.
That's just the oddest thing I've ever heard of.
But if you're the one out there doing it, just hold on to it, because if you ever want to go for a Supreme Court justice, you just might need that.
And honestly, this may be one of those things he was groomed from the time that he was a child, that they told him, you keep up with this is where you're going. Maybe, I don't know.
It very well could.
Oh, boy, you want to talk about one of my favorite movies. I wanted to be him. I watched it and I thought, I like that guy. And I'm talking about Chuck Norris. Y'all remember the scene where he's sitting at the restaurant line and the person in front of him won't get out of the way and he's trying to get a hamburger? And he just takes that Chevrolet and mashes it to the floor and pushes them all right out of the way. Well, if you remember this guy, his name was Richard Lynch. He was the bad guy that was in Invasion USA. I love that scene inside the mall there when they took the little Datsun truck. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And that little reporter jumps in the truck with Chuck Norris and she gets more than she bargained for. One of Meridian's own, and I said, this is really, we have so much talent. As we talked about Meridian, Mississippi, this guy came from here. Yep. The kids think I'm great. I'm known as Bandy, the rodeo clown. As we go back for Mo Bandy, boy, him, Mo, and Joe, they were it on a stick during the late 70s and 80s. Where's the dress?
Man. And they've come back here multiple times to
absolutely
put on concerts. And I tell you, that's
a hot
guy.
wired a city truck and turned it over in the mayor's yard. I've been arrested for running 110 through town. But other than that, we ain't nothing but good old boys.
Don't give anybody any ideas.
Did you watch Growing Pains? I never did.
That was just not something that I watched.
Did y'all
came on because of Charlene.
All right, see, we're getting over here. Watched it over there. Yeah. But as we go back to this, Joanne Kearns was born on this day. She played the mom Maggie on that show. And
yeah.
And as I said, I hate to admit it, but I've never watched it. I knew what it was, but, well, it didn't make it to my channel. Did this guy do, all right, let me ask this. Do you know much about love songs, as I asked this? Are you into love songs and that kind of thing?
Depends on what it is, probably.
Every woman's into a love song if somebody could sing it to her.
All right, you're going to have to, because I don't know what this guy sings. But I think it's the belly rubbing music is all he really does.
Okay.
All right, you heard of a guy named Michael McDonald?
Yes.
It's belly rubbing music, isn't it?
Yes.
What's his biggest song? Do you know? Oh, come on. You've got to do better than me and Odie could on this.
Can I Google it?
He has that deep.
I could ask my husband. He would probably know that quick.
I ain't got a clue.
He's not here.
We just know that he sells love songs and CDs that sounds of the 80s.
Right.
By now.
Yeah.
This was probably one of the better late night hosts there ever was.
After Johnny Carson,
this guy would come along.
This was it. Yep.
To me, he was so much better than the rest of these guys.
Oh,
Arsenio Hall was born on this day back in '56, and he was funny.
He was.
And I understand that he's also going to be in the upcoming remake of Coming to America.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, no, they just did another Coming to America.
Did they?
Yeah, Eddie had a son, and then the son
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking
come
of.
to America or something like that. Yeah.
We're learning. This guy, sometimes you see a name on a building and you think, oh, and then you years later realize that was really somebody. This would be that somebody as we go back to 1971 when we would lose the man that you've been in probably over and over during your lifetime. J.C. Penney would pass away on this date back in 71.
Wow.
He was 95 years young, started it all on his own, built it from scratch, and it became an empire. Pretty impressive, wasn't it?
You know, he come up with the charge him $1.99 and charge him $1.53.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the reason he put those odd numbers in there, don't you?
Why is that?
It's so when people started to pay for it, they had to add it up to get the correct total and the correct change. So it was less chance of they stealing his money because they had to ring it up and it had to be there was a paper trail then.
Wow.
The guy was smart.
Odie's keeping track of what these people do.
Yeah, look at there.
1980, this was a legend. I made $12 from mowing a 2-acre place. A 33 album cost $9.99 plus tax at the time. So
Yeah.
I spent my whole salary of mowing this yard to go buy this album. I had to have it because it was Hank Jr. I used Lifesavers to help me get off cigarettes. I was 11. But you know there ain't no for your kind of love. And as we go back for Habits, Old and New, do y'all remember that? It was such a great song. The album was great. There it is. There's Hank.
One of them.
Yeah. Of course, that album also had All in Alabama. I just had to show them, and I didn't need them. Moved out west.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great music as we remember that. As we remember this, as we brought up Mo Bandy from Meridian, well, they had another song there. Hey, Mo. Hey, Joe. It hit the airwaves today. February 12th is when that happened there. That was a great one. They had some great songs. Why Do You Always Leave Me Holding the Bag? You ain't got a clue, do you?
No, but I know about Mo and Joe.
Mo and Joe, he was in a let's just say in a barroom atmosphere, and he may have hit on this old girl. Hey Mo, where'd you get that pretty girl? And he just tells him, I'm gonna take her from you. 1982, this guy would come along, and he would be the influence of so many people in country music and help get them started. Lonely Women Make Good Lovers.
Oh, yeah.
The Weekend, y'all remember that song? But it would all start out with this song as we'd go back to remember Kansas City Lights, as Steve Wariner would take that all the way to number 1. He also did, what was that? Some Fools Never Learn. That was one of his big ones there. But he was a huge influence to the country music world. This would be what you wanted to happen on television. And goodness, we would lose this guy just a few days ago. But you listen to the song and you think, why didn't that ever happen? As we go back to remember, Should Have Been a Cowboy was released on this day, the very first Toby Keith song ever in 1993. Can't believe that he's gone. I really can't.
That is terrible.
Now, sometimes women groups don't. There were Sweethearts of the Rodeo back in country. It was okay. It didn't do much for me. But these 4 girls got together, and when they harmonized, it was unreal.
Yeah.
Let's go back for the Forrester sisters as they would release today. Mama's Never Seen Those Eyes. Mama's Never Looked Into Your Eyes. And whoo, it was a stout one. Do you remember
Make
that
you
one?
think. I do remember that one.
There you go. Pretty Girls. They've done a lot. We would lose one of the greats in country music on this date. Oh, a song called Help Me Make It Through the Night. Take the ribbon from your hair. Y'all remember that? Sammy Smith passed away in 2005. Now, let's be honest about it. If anybody saw that album cover, they didn't want to take no ribbon out of no hair. So they just put up a sign that said, here's the album. We're trying to help album sales. That was just not a very good marketing tool. Unless you live deep on the farm.
Yeah.
Because there's somebody for everybody.
There's somebody for everybody. God made everybody a partner.
2008, he would be inducted to the Country Music Hall of Fame. One of my favorites as a kid. I remember the year that Clayton Delaney died. Oh, I went out in the woods and I cried. And who could forget the ballad of $40 about the guy passing away and he owed him $40 and he didn't know where he was going to get it now.
Yeah, that's tough.
Of course, Tom T. would write Harper Valley PTA and so many others. We would also lose this woman here. She was a mainstay on the Laverne and Shirley show.
Yeah.
I can't remember the character's name, but she dated her dad. And they had that little Western restaurant there. Elizabeth Betty Garrett passed away on this day back
Laverne, Shirley, and Squiggly is the only ones I remember. And Lenny.
Of all the voices, this guy would determine that he wanted to be a country music star. And let me tell you something, he was good. He was so good that, well, he took a lot of no's, and he went to a tour bus, and he stood there, and he'd knock on that door after every show. He'd follow him around and say, help me out. Come on, please. And that guy that owned that bus, it was a Silver Eagle that had Randy Travis inside of it. And he bugged Randy Travis so much that Randy said, you're not bad. We would lose this man back in 18 at 46.
Maybe I'll at least listen to you one time.
Man, do y'all want to talk about a guy that could paint a picture? He could do it there. The hand that held the pen that wrote the note.
Ooh.
Have you ever heard the note?
Ooh, yeah.
Where she leaves him, and there's the pen. It just goes on and on with the great songs that Daryl sang there. Back in 19, we would find out that somebody broke out of jail. They had a network of friends. He would go back to jail today as El Chapo was recaptured.
Well, I mean, when you turn around and they made a movie about this, I'll give one for $300 million for anybody that gets me out. What do you think's going to happen?
I'm with him. I was trying to get
When he's got the money? Yeah. I was going to go get Harold, but we never made it. It was real slow.
We'll be right back. Have you seen the selection of cars and trucks at Massey's Supermart Auto Sales lately? How about a Grand Cherokee Jeep 4x4 Limited? They've got that in white and also gray. They have a like new 2021 Wrangler Unlimited 4x4. Or maybe your family needs room. Have you checked out the Ford Expedition lately? 1023 Highway 39 Bypass, Massey Supermart Auto Sales.
The low profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Our friends at Snowden & Company can help you out with a home. If you're wanting to move from the city to the county, maybe you've got friends that live in Flowood, you want to move there, or they want to move here. Well, Snowden & Company can help you out no matter what the case is. If, you've got too much house, or maybe you got too little a house, you got a little carried away, and you got 9 kids now. Well, they can find you the house that'll hold all of that. Your dream home awaits you there. Now, they know all the paperwork. They handle it. They do it every day of what to expect, this step, that procedure, and everything that has to be done with it. If you don't do that on a normal basis every day, you have no idea what time this inspection has to happen and what the banks look for. They know this. They'll help you, and it'll save you time, save you money, and, if you're selling your home, get you the most money for your home as well.
That's the main thing is you just give them everything, all the paperwork, what you want, what your dream is. You turn around and walk off. You can trust this company to sit down and make sure that every I is dotted and every T is crossed, because it's important to make sure you've got all your permits, all your tests, all that stuff done. And Snowden Company can help take care of that.
They'll be there through 5 o'clock this afternoon. Give them a call. They'll help you out, and you'll be glad that you chose them, because it's going to be easy after that. Trust me on that one. We got some birthdays to announce.
We got some more come up.
Okay.
Dinah Farmer.
Dinah Farmer's having
Yes, Lord, she's living the dream under retirement, trying to take it easy. Dinah, good morning. Happy birthday to you. April Watts is having a birthday. Pearson Hollingsworth is having a birthday, 11 years old. He's moving on up. Zane Parker's having a birthday, 11 years old. And then Walter and Cheyenne Thompson, anniversary, don't know how many years. And then Charlotte Gray says that her and her husband's 53rd year anniversary today. So we've got some names to go in the pot. We're going to draw for this nice Scotty Ray Report and Hyundai of Meridian coffee mug.
Coming up in just a moment. Y'all don't rush off. Now, I noticed somebody said, what happened in Neshoba County yesterday? The unthinkable would happen. A Philadelphia police officer would get behind a car that was speeding. He would attempt to stop it. The car wouldn't slow down. It would finally come to a stop at Neshoba General. As we pull up for this story here, a 4-year-old has passed away. As we get deeper into this story, as they rushed the child from the car inside, it would have a gunshot wound to the chest. That poor child would pass away from those injuries soon after. We are learning now that this was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Now, we don't have all the details, but what we understand, the child found a unattended to pistol that possibly could have been underneath a pillow, picked it up and accidentally shot itself. Now, we don't know whether it's a boy or girl. We don't know that. We weren't given that information at that time. More will come out as this investigation continues. The Choctaw Police Department has now taken over this investigation at this point. The Philadelphia Police Department investigated. The Neshoba County Sheriff's Department showed up. They all worked in conjunction with each other, and now it's transferred. We do believe this may have happened in the Boga Chitto community, which, if you're looking at Philadelphia, it'd be to the northeast of Philadelphia there. So thoughts, prayers for the community there and the Choctaw Nation as they mourn the loss of someone. Now, we don't know much more than that, but that is the heart of what happened. And his sadness. There's no other way around this, Odie.
No, and there's nothing that we can say to absorb that type of feelings.
That's
but
right.
definitely prayer in this situation
and Odie,
for that family.
We had a big meeting about this in Meridian just a week or so ago about drugs and what they can do. As we would find out that one person is deceased in Meridian due to an overdose. This would happen in the 1800 block of 25th Avenue. Names have not been released. We pass along condolences with this. This happens in every neighborhood. Drugs are not good, and an overdose can happen in the blink of an eye. Now, I'm not 100% sure of which type, but there are certain drugs that if it's taken wrong in any shape, form, or fashion, can cause immediate death. And
even drugs that you go to a pharmacist to get is dangerous.
if it's mixed wrong.
If it's mixed wrong.
And I don't know a lot about this, but there are some medications that you take that if you were to take a drink alcohol with, could turn deadly, couldn't it?
There's some out there that if you eat a grapefruit after you take it, you could die.
Whoa.
Be careful with the medications that you're on.
I agree with that.
We got Archie Wilkerson, 75 years old yesterday. And then Bert Starlett has a birthday, 56 years old. So happy birthday to everyone and happy anniversary.
Hey, I was down at the parade and I got somebody else that needs a man. She asked me, she goes, look, I heard you talking. I need a feller. So I'm fixing to show her a picture and we're going to try to get her a feller. Did I say it right?
A feller?
A feller with an R on the end.
That's right.
Michelle was down there and I couldn't help but bump into her. And she goes, I need to date somebody. And I said, well, line up. We'll see if we can't find you one.
Yeah.
There was a lot of great folks for the parade. Beads were thrown. The Barcus.
Barcus.
Crew of Barcus. I couldn't remember crew of Barcus with the puppy dogs that came through. Boy, that was so much fun as we did that. Look here. Look at the crowd here as we look at this down the streets. Meridian was jam-packed with folks that came out. Now, if you want to see the entire parade, I've got that loaded on the page. You can go back and watch the parade if you like.
Yeah, go back and look at that.
Yeah,
I mean, look at the people.
It was just tons.
That's showing up. That's supporting our town, and that's what we need to do is support this town.
And I bumped into this young lady. I took a lot of pictures of this young lady, and I meant to ask for the others, but Kaylee's sitting here. Me and her bumped into each other on the street corner. I want to say thank you for coming out and even asking to take a picture. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast meeting you and so many people. I met a nice lady from Forest that watches us every day. Do appreciate that. Now, another thing that I wanted to discuss this morning that happened just to the west of us before we get out of here this morning. Scott County over the weekend. This is one of those things. Scott County Sheriff's Department took someone in custody over this. We had a young lady that was shot in the neck, Odie. A parent attempted to the head. She moves and she gets shot in the neck. She attempted to make it to the hospital herself and would more or less collapse on the steering wheel as we pull this up. This would happen around 4 a.m. at Gatewood Road on Highway 501 there in Scott County. She would be rushed to a hospital. She would go through several, I think 3 extensive surgeries, and she's in stable condition now. Now, we don't have all the details, but we know that one individual has been taken into custody. If I am not mistaken, it's possibly a boyfriend or something that we await more information from the Scott County Sheriff's Department on this. Serious situation there. One of those domestic type issues there. We wish her a speedy recovery. That's just a bad situation there.
It really is.
I don't know much more that I could say about that. Let's see here.
You know what? While you're looking at that one, we had Mike and Charlotte celebrating 24 years of wedding bliss.
Yeah.
Joe Bird, 89 as of yesterday. Addie Cockcroft is 8. Now, he does not get a chance to win this nice cup. But Scotty Ray's birthday again was yesterday. So happy birthday, Scotty Ray.
You want to go ahead and draw for that? We want to go ahead and give that away?
Well, we can do that. I finally got...
You got everything set up, ready to go? Let's do that.
Dun, 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 dun. 12, Joe Bird. Look at there.
Congratulations.
89 years old, and Joe Bird, you are winner, chicken dinner.
There you go. We don't know what the cause was. Maybe y'all know the backstory here. Did y'all hear a fire truck running around in Quitman that showed up at somebody's restaurant? Did y'all hear this? Let's go ahead and show the picture here.
Yeah, y'all know where that restaurant
Oh,
is.
yeah.
That was the other night, yeah. That actually affected us a little bit.
Yeah.
A power blinkage, was it not?
did.
And so while they were there, they tried to get some catfish or something. Get filled back up there in front of
Ribs.
skid boards.
Yep.
But it was like a power
It was.
that possibly busted or something.
I don't know what it made a racket.
It made a
whatever
bad
was.
one. It did.
Lights blinked over at the jailhouse, and they
It
thought,
did.
"Oh, Anthony's in the building."
Put us in the dark for a minute.
So that's what we have happening in Quitman there over the weekend. Lots to do. So we'll have a lot to talk about tomorrow also. And as always, there's more news stories that go on behind the scenes. We're on them. We're working on that. I've got a lot of things that's been brought to my attention that I hadn't gotten the full story on yet. Until we get that, we can't bring it to light just yet.
That's right.
Now, we want to back up again. Tell us how to get in touch with y'all as we think about Valentine's and what we got to get.
Valentine's, the day of love, Super Bowl of love.
That's right. Give us a call, 601-776-3010.
3010, and we're in Quitman, right across the street from the post office. And come by and see us, call us.
And if we don't answer right off the bat, just hold on. We got 3 phone lines up
And
there.
sometimes they're all ringing, and cell phones are too. And-
Yep.
But we will not turn you away for any order, Valentine's Day or anything else.
We'll take care of you.
So,
regardless.
in closing, I have to ask Odie. I'll start with you, and then I'll ask you. What do you think the greatest love song of all time is? What would you say if you would say, "Oh, that's it"? I mean, Earl Thomas
Wow.
Conley, "Once in a Blue Moon, I'll Do Something Right." Does that fit into that category? Where are you?
That's in there.
Are you more into Kenny Rogers, "Lady"?
Yeah,
I'm your
that's
knight,
a good one.
shining armor. What are you thinking? You got any?
That one's a good one. I like old Kenny.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go with that one.
You're going with Kenny Rogers. All right.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think is the greatest love song of all time, April?
Greatest love song? I don't know. I've always said
Lionel Richie? Are you going there?
Bob said
I
the
like
sound
George
of silence.
Jones. So
He stopped loving
he
her
stopped
today.
loving her today, George Jones. I just think that's the ultimate
That's a great one now.
song.
It really
Even
is.
Sandy's on the once, twice, 3 times a day.
You're once, twice. Ooh, that is Commodores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, as we go to Hunter, what's your money on?
God, I don't know. I don't know.
You have to think about, is it more into the real soft stuff?
Yeah, what's
Can I
something
have
love
this dance
song?
for the rest of my life? Little Anne Murray thrown in there.
Do you know who Anne Murray?
I ain't got a clue.
I don't know. He has no idea.
We're here to educate the
I
folks.
crossed my heart.
Oh, that's a
That
good
one.
one.
George
I
Strait.
clicked
Yeah,
with him
boy.
on that one.
We're getting some big steel, Bill
Yeah.
Anderson, that Floyd Kramer last date, that piano that is
Yeah.
absolutely great there. But there's just been so many.
Hello, darling.
Yeah. See
Which
that?
one now?
Hello, darling.
Hello, darling.
There
See,
you go.
now when it comes to Conway,
Yeah.
I'd have to back up and have to go with this one and go,
Unchained
there's a lot
Melody.
of ways of saying
Oh, yeah.
what I want to say to you.
That's right.
Lay you down and love you. I think Lay You Down is probably, if you're going with that upbeat, have to be
Yeah.
one of the
Probably
best.
it. Yep.
Man, that's something.
There's just so many there. Y'all be thinking about that, of what you think is the greatest love song of all time is.
It is. So I looked down and I saw this cup. Y'all remember this cup. To get this cup after you've won it, you got to go to Honda Meridian on Highway 39 to pick this cup up.
Big metal building, you can't miss it.
Yeah, the old carriage house, Randy Harrison Body Shop.
Custom.
Y'all
Wait a
know
minute,
the building.
wait a minute. You got to say it right. Randy Harrison's custom frame paint and something.
And body.
Yeah, it was long.
That's it. Y'all know where it is.
That's
Go
right.
by that. Now look, they're not going to ask for every single thing in the world, but not everybody can just go in and try and say, "Hey, I was the one that win it."
Yeah, give me your name.
Give them your name and go
fall
from
in
there.
love
But
with
you got to go
Elvis.
in to see them and go by there and visit them.
We're getting Unchained Melody, Roses,
Unchained Melody,
I'll Always
My
Love
Girl.
You, My Girl. Oh,
There's
yeah, The
some
Righteous.
Talking
Were,
about
Yeah.
what was that? You Never Close Your Eyes. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I Can't Help Falling in Love with You, Elvis.
Yeah, Elvis. There
Elvis.
we go.
Getting a
He stopped
There's another
loving
one.
her today.
See?
They placed a reef. You only like that because they bind reefs in that.
Oh.
just tell us the truth over there.
Place
There's a
to
tie-in
read
over
on
there.
That's right. Get that marketing
Conspiracy.
and tooling.
So many
Yeah.
of those, but we'd still love to hear yours. We want to say thank you so much for joining us and letting us come into your home, your cars, your workplace, wherever you may be when you watch us. Thank you.
Yeah, it's great to come and bring you everything in the mornings and spend our time with you. No matter what shape our lives are in, no matter what shape our city, our county, our state's going through, there's always one way to bless your life, and that is through the blood of Jesus Christ and inviting Him into your heart and your soul and your life and living for Him each and every day. God sent His Son to die for each one of our sins, and He can cleanse our city, ourselves, our state. All we've got to do is look to Him and ask Him to come into our lives. Pray for your friends. Pray for your city today. Always smile with someone and give them a hug. We'll see you in 23 hours. We love you. Until then, have a great day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: